Imagine shivering through freezing cold nights and sweating through excruciatingly hot days. This was my husband and I last April when we were asked to be Ma and Pa for the Youth Pioneer Trek. I believe I was jumping up and down, freaking out, telling my husband, say yes, because I really wanted to do it. So as you can imagine, we started preparing right away. We gathered camping supplies and started preparing devotionals for our little trek family. The day the trek began, everyone was full of enthusiasm. We started the trek with a burst of energy, but that energy gradually turned into exhaustion. We were not sleeping at night because the cold kept us awake. The blazing sun each day caused dehydration, and the constant push and pull of the hand carts caused our muscles to fatigue and be in pain. Finally, on the last day of the trek, our hopes were soaring. We could not wait to be finished and enjoy some relaxation and rest. But then we turned a corner and our hopes sunk like a rock in water. We were standing before Testimony Hill. This hill was more of a mountain. It was a mile long and went straight uphill without any stops. I thought that I could help push this handcart up the hill, but within a few minutes I realized that I could hardly even manage to walk up it. I let my fears creep in and started to think I couldn't do it. My breathing was getting heavier, my feet were slipping below me, and I decided to just look for a rock on the side of the trail and give up and just sit down. But then something happened. One of our trek daughters walked by and offered me her hand. So I took it, and though we were grimy and our hands were sweaty, we held on for dear life, and we pulled each other to the top of the hill. Finally, at the end of our journey, I was a mess of tears, of excitement, and of joy, and of just exhaustion. And this guy, seeing that I was really weak, helped carry me over to the shade where I received water and said a prayer of gratitude. This was the hardest thing that I had ever done, but I did not have to do it alone. Later I learned that this young woman had felt inspired to offer me her hand. This is how the Savior works. He loves us, and He is there with His hand stretched forth. Maybe not His hand directly. It may be the hand of a young woman, of a parent, of a friend, but He is there to support us. And next time you need a hand, be humble enough to receive it, and be grateful enough to recognize it. The greatest lesson I learned from this experience is that He works through His servants, and we are His servants. That young woman felt inspired to offer me a hand on that hill so that I could make it up that day. Next time you're inspired to offer someone a hand, will you just ignore the prompting, or will you stand up and serve the Lord and act as His hands? I know that if you do so, your blessings will multiply.